From Randy Johnson Field on the campus of Caravel Academy, welcome to our final regular season softball broadcast as the top-ranked Buccaneers take on the 10th-ranked Smyrna Eagles. Very nice weather here tonight in Bear, Delaware. Nice and sunny, and temperatures comfortable in the mid-60s. Very little wind, and that's been a problem all week, and it was a problem last week as well, but not tonight. Wind blowing in a little bit, slightly, from center field. Glenn Fraser alongside Shannon Timmons. Tonight, a guest star producing, Pat Garriani's. We haven't heard from Pat in a while. Good to see him. He shows up nice and early, and we love that. And then on camera, Christopher Widener. All right, Shannon, let's get right into it and start with the visiting team, the 10th-ranked Smyrna Eagles, who had a nice come-from-behind win yesterday.
Yeah, I was actually there for that game yesterday, and I don't hear myself. Can you hear me, Glenn?
I hear you fine. We need that up, though.
All right. They had a nice come-from-behind win yesterday. I was there watching them play at Paquinimic, and they came back to win in grand fashion. Lex Dennis, pitched pretty well yesterday. She also helped her cause at the plate, hit a home run out yesterday to help her cause there, and it's kind of been home run derby for the Eagles. Roscoe and Weisenberger had back-to-back homers in a 9-8 loss against St. Mark's. In that game, Lindsey Roscoe had two, actually. Dennis homers yesterday to help her cause there. We'll talk about players to watch. Number 13, Lindsey Roscoe, senior first baseman, comes into tonight batting .467 with an on-base percentage of .576. She provides a lot of leadership for this team, Glenn, on the infield, and has done a nice job transitioning from pitcher over to first base. She's leading the team with 22 RBIs. 12 of those have come with 2 outs. So she's really been clutch for this team as far as plating some runs. She has scored 19 runs herself and drawn 13 walks. 22, Addison Weisenberger, senior catcher, comes in batting .438 with an on-base percentage of .491. She has 7 doubles, also 22 RBIs, tied with Roscoe for first on the team. She's back behind the dish full-time after spending a lot of time at shortstop last season. And she's kind of their coach on the field. She's handling the pitchers, Lex Dennis, most of the time on the mound. And then we're going to talk about pitcher number 8, Lex Dennis. Junior pitcher comes in hitting .436 with an on-base percentage of .540. So in one of those pitchers that we see across the state that's actually able to help herself at the plate as well as in the circle, and that's most important for her. She primarily handles the pitching duties for the Eagles with a record of 7-6. Oddly enough, she's not the starter tonight. They're going to throw a freshman, Olivia Fox, but I'm sure we will see Lex Dennis at some point in time. If we look at her stats, she's faced 344 batters, allowed 49 runs, 37 of which have been earned. She's walked 20, has 65 strikeouts with a 3.516 ERA. Her opponent's batting average is a .281 against her, and she has a 62% strike-to-pitch ratio. So really not bad in the circle. They've created 22 errors on defense, so that's where some of Smyrna's runs have come from. Defense is just a little bit young in some places and hasn't quite played behind the pitching efforts of Dennis to date. So we'll see if that changes tonight. She's in the DP spot to start tonight, so I think that's an easy switch if Coach Nina Marcano decides to make that switch between Fox and Dennis. Easy switch in and out there in the circle.
Head coach Nina Marcano, 10-6 are the Eagles coming into this final regular season game from both of these teams. All 6 losses for Smyrna have come to top 10 competition. Strength of schedule is huge for the Eagles as they look to secure an at-large bid in the upcoming state tournament, which will be announced on Sunday. And we were talking to Coach a little bit earlier, waiting for her to read out the lineup, and I said if they didn't get in the tournament, it would be a crime, because of their strength of schedule.
Oh, and I don't think, without question, I think they're one of the teams that we'll see in the tournament. Like you said, strength of schedule, and they've played well enough, right? They have some losses. They've had some really close losses, right? Again, it's a 1 run here and a 1 run there, and the strength of schedule that she likes to keep in that conversation we had with her prior to the start of tonight, she likes to keep that strength of schedule, and it certainly does help you come tournament time. You can have a record that may not be as tough, as good as some others, but your competition is so tough that some of those losses and those close losses actually help you more with the points and getting tournament seeding.
Yeah, well, here they are playing the top-ranked team tonight. They've lost to the second-ranked Sussex Central Golden Knights, who, by the way, won today against Delmar for the Henlopen Conference Championship. They lost to third-ranked Polytech. They lost to fourth-ranked Sussex Tech. They lost to fifth-ranked Delmar. I don't think they played Lake Forest this year. And they also lost to ninth-ranked St. Mark. So all 6 losses for Smyrna against top 10 competition. All right, we just mentioned Caravel coming in with a record of 16-1. This is senior day as well, I do believe. I thought I saw a lot of balloons at the exit door from the school to come out here to the field. Head coach Tony Peterson in his first year, they've been number 1 since the get-go this season. They have wins over second-ranked Sussex Central 3-1, third-ranked Polytech 3-0, fourth-ranked Sussex Tech 6-2. They just beat Delmar recently, the fifth-ranked team, 6-4, and they have a 5-1 win over seventh-ranked Conrad. So they're not destroying top 10 competition, but they're winning all the close games.
And they're young. So when you look up and down that roster, you see a lot of 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. And so I think that's why you don't see the big disparity in the score, but they're getting the job done. And like you said, their only losses to out-of-state Mardella, who has a phenomenal pitcher, right? Mardella's just blowing people away in their state. So Tony Peterson, he's been at the helm one other time here in his tenure at Caravel. And has a state championship of his own. So it's not unusual here that he knows how to get the job done. He's been in that position before. And credit to their coaching staff for kind of keeping the Randy Johnson way, if you will, alive and going this season. So let's talk about some of their players to watch. Number 1, leadoff hitter, second baseman Paisley Massey. She had 2 home runs against Delmar. Okay, she's just a freshman. Comes in tonight batting .464, has 4 home runs on the season. 2 against Delmar, 1 at Sussex Central, and 1 at St. Mark's. Again, all top 10 teams. Admits that she feels some pressure when she's in that leadoff spot, but there is nowhere that she would rather be for her team, and she just kind of gets this offense going. Number 13, Abby Russell, first baseman, hitting .472. She hits for power and has the best batting average on the team right now. She is responsible for plating a lot of runs for the Bucks. That is her job, and she does it well. So watch for some power out of Abby Russell. Number 20, Cheyenne Barker, center field. Comes in only hitting .235, but she is an 8th grader, Glenn. And get to know her name, everybody, because you're going to see her for the next 4 years. Just an 8th grader. She hits 9th in the order, but always makes something good happen for her team and rolls the order over. We've had this conversation before where these 9-hole hitters are responsible for slapping, laying down a bunt. She's a lefty as well, so she just kind of churns that order over and makes good things happen for her team. She's an impact player with really, really bright future. And that brings us to number 15, Kaylee Aerosmith, sophomore hurler who is helping herself at the plate this year, batting .417 with her own home run the other day against Delmar. Kaylee's on fire in the circle this season with 159 strikeouts and a .845 ERA. She has a career 349 Ks, and again, just in 10th grade. 13 Ks against Delmar the other day. Her strike-to-pitch ratio on average running right about 60%. We'd like to see that in the 70s as a pitching coach, right? So that tells me that the ball's in play a lot, and her defense is working behind her to help earn these wins. Another reason why I think we see these closer scores. The ball is getting put in play, and she's relying on her defense to get those outs for her.
Well, just last week we did a live stream here as Caravel beat Appo 6-1 in a relatively close game. And the leadoff batter, Massey, and the number 9-hole hitter, Barker, were our players of the game. And I think they combined for about 4 of those 6 runs. So they did a fantastic job. And, again, Barker did her job. 9-hole hitter, and she set up Massey, and away they went.
Yeah, and she covers ground in the outfield, too. So Smyrna's going to have a hard time getting things to drop, I think, unless they are pounding the ball through the gaps, right? They got to think gap-to-gap hitting tonight, and they're going to have to keep the ball down. They get it up in the air and give these Caravel fielders time to circle it and get around it and get under it. They're going to have a hard time seeing the base path tonight. And, of course, we always know the key to beating a team like Caravel is to keep them off the base path. Otherwise, they are just deadly because they have the ability to run. They have the speed. And they use their lineup very, very well, very efficiently. So that's the key, is keep them off the base paths.
Yeah, not only do they have speed, but they have very good softball IQ, and they will take advantage of any mistake you make. You do a little bobble is all it would take for them to take a base or an extra base.
They do. They pick up 60 feet wherever you're going to give it to them. And like you said, the slightest error, they are going to take advantage of you, and that becomes huge in the game of softball. They get themselves in scoring position early and often, and they are not afraid to take that chance on the base path.
All right, well, why don't we step aside just for a short break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the starting lineups and the defensive alignments for our game coming up against its number 1 Caravel against number 10 Smyrna to close out the regular season here at Randy Johnson Field.
Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job. Paint Doctor.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all the seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris. I would always pass by
and
Ferris.
Good vibes. We're open daily from 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., serving up breakfast and lunch favorites like our specialty wraps, made-to-order salads, tasty smoothies, and locally roasted coffee. Be sure to check out our iconic merch, the perfect way to wear the beach life wherever you go. Dine in and enjoy the beach atmosphere or grab your order to go and hit the road. We're stoked to serve you soon.
The Clubhouse at Baywood is a full-service restaurant and premier wedding and event venue in coastal Delaware. Located just a few miles from Lewis and Rehoboth Beach, this all-inclusive venue features breathtaking views, stunning indoor and outdoor spaces, and a team of professionals to help you plan your dream wedding. From our in-house florist to our award-winning culinary team, we will take care of everything, making sure your day will be one to remember. Reach out today to schedule your tour at Baywood. The club.
All right, we're back here at Randy Johnson Field on the campus of Caravel Academy. Both teams have had their warm-ups, waiting for them to be announced to the crowd here by a public address announcer, and the umpires are at home plate. They're ready to meet the coaches and the captain. So let's run down the starting lineup for the visiting Smyrna Eagles. It'll be Slaney leading off in center field, then Arnold the shortstop in the 2-hole. Roscoe, the first baseman, bats third, and Weisenberger, the catcher, will hit cleanup. Behind her, it's Paxton Dixon in right field, then Ridgeway at third, Lloyd in left, Dennis, the designated player, Lily Dixon at second base, and then rounding out the batting order, batting ninth and pitching, Fox. So defensively, that's behind the plate, Addie Weisenberger, Olivia Fox in the circle. Around the infield, Lindsay Roscoe at first, Lily Dixon at second, Savannah Arnold at short, Haley Ridgeway at third, Paxton Dixon in right field, Kate Slaney in center, and Casey Lloyd in left. And now, Shannon, if you'll do the honors for the Caravel Buccaneers, starting batting order and then the defense.
Sure, absolutely. Leading off for the Bucks, number 1, second baseman Paisley Massey. Hitting second, number 2, shortstop Leah Richardson. In the third spot, number 13, first baseman Abigail Russell. Hitting cleanup, pitching, number 15, Kaylee Aerosmith. The DP for this evening, number 3, Ava Daniels. Then the third baseman, number 7, Katie Panand. Followed by Kenzie Hunter, number 44, behind the plate catching. Then number 10, right fielder, Olivia Hunter. Number 20, Cheyenne Barker will start in center field. And then number 22, Belle Mendez, will start in left field. She will be the flex and not bat, where Ava Daniels will be her DP. So again, that's Aerosmith in the circle, Hunter behind the plate, first base Abby Russell, second base Paisley Massey, shortstop Leah Richardson, third baseman Katie Panand, right field Olivia Harris, center field Cheyenne Barker, and left field Belle Mendez.
All righty, thank you. And there you go. And our umpiring crew, behind the plate, Rodney Smith, doing the bases, Ryan Melson. As the Smyrna Eagles players are being announced to the crowd first and lining up down the first base line. Once again, just a great evening weather-wise for this game. The flags right now in center field are just limp, so there's no breeze at all right now. And knock on plastic.
We'll take it.
Let's hope that it stays that way because, Shannon, we have had some wind
Yes, we have.
this season.
Yes, we have. We'll take it. Ball will still carry tonight. It's nice temperature, but it will not get any help from the wind tonight. They're going to have to earn every inch of everything they get.
And when we did the game here last week with Apple and Caravel, really nothing close to being out of here.
No.
There was one deep ball, I think, that hit on the track, and that was it. All right, the Smyrna Eagles have been announced by the public address announcer here. Now the home team, Caravel Buccaneers. Again, this is senior game, final regular season home game for the Buccaneers. And then both of these teams will await the decision by the tournament committee on Sunday on the seeding and where they will be playing their opening games.
And I'll take a second just to recognize first team all-conference for the Smyrna Eagles, Lindsay Roscoe at first base, Addison Weisenberger as catcher, Lex Dennis at large, and Paxton Dixon honorable mention. The Buccaneers will not have anybody all-conference because they're an independent. They're not in a conference, and then they would be next for them would be all-state. So those first team all-conference players for Smyrna would be up for all-state nominations. So we'll have to see how that plays out for both teams moving forward. But congratulations to those players for first team all-conference selection for the Smyrna Eagles.
Once again, our top 10 coming into the week, Caravel number 1, followed by a bunch of Henlopen teams. Sussex Central ranks second at 16-2. They got a win today over Del Mar to win the Henlopen Conference Championship. Polytech ranked third at 14-4, then Sussex Tech ranked fourth at 15-3, followed by Del Mar at 14-4, and then Lake at 14-4. Number 7, the Conrad Red Devils with a good season, 15-1. They will finish their season tomorrow against Red Lion Christian Academy. We have Middletown ranked 8th, the Flight A champs at 14-4. St. Mark's 9th at 11-7. They got a win this afternoon. They're 12-6. And then the Smyrna Eagles round out the top 10. And that's it for the announcements. We're going to step aside for a moment for the playing of our national anthem. Just had the playing of our national anthem, actually a recorded version from the late Whitney Houston, one of my all-time favorite versions of the national anthem. Gone too young, just like the coach that the field is named after, Randy Johnson, who passed away during the year, and they dedicate this field to him earlier this softball season. Shannon was here that night, part of the dedication announcers, and of course they had celebration of life for him here at the school earlier this year as well. All right, Caravel Academy taking the field. So once again, we have Kenzie Hunter behind the plate, Kaylee Aerosmith in the circle, Katie Penand at third, Leah Richardson at short, Paisley Massey at second, and Abigail Russell at first base. Right field is Olivia Harris, Cheyenne Baker's in center, and Belle Mendez is in left field. Designated player in the offensive lineup will be Ava Daniels. And leading off for Smyrna will be Kate Slaney, the center fielder. She'll be followed by the shortstop, Savannah Arnold, and the first baseman, Lindsay Roscoe.
Slaney, a senior on this Smyrna Eagles team. She is headed to Salisbury to continue her education and softball career. Lindsay Roscoe headed to Lynn University in Florida, also to continue her softball career.
Oh, good for her. I don't think I've ever heard of that school.
We'll see Addie Weisenberger hitting in the 4 spot for the Eagles. She's also headed to Salisbury to continue her softball career. So Slaney and Weisenberger will go on to Salisbury together to continue playing together. So that's always nice to see teammates go on and continue to be teammates. They'll join a bunch of Delaware girls down there in Salisbury.
Yeah, it's good to see any of these girls go to the next level, get an education, and be able to play the sport they love. But I've never heard of that school. Lynn University.
Yep, down
I'll
in Florida.
I'll have to look that one up. All right, we're just about ready to go. Once again, home plate umpires Rodney Smith. Ryan Melson is the base umpire. And stepping in, the left-handed slapper, Slaney. On the season, a .381 batting average, 6 doubles, and 8 stolen bases. And she takes a ball.
It'll be interesting to see if we get runners on, how the stolen bases will go tonight. Kenzie Hunter has plucked off 7, attempting to steal.
There's a swing. And even if he counted a ball and a strike. Yeah, one thing I really stood out to me for Smyrna was Lily Dixon when she comes up. She has a .171 batting average, but she scored 15 runs and has 10 stolen bases. 2-1 count on Slaney.
Well, and I think most coaches will tell you they don't care how you get there, just get there, right?
Yeah.
The key is having base runners and being able to move them around. And
fly ball, left field, and an easy catch out there for Mendez for out number 1.
Yeah, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a better outfield than this one that Caravel puts on the field. They work in combination very well together.
All right, that'll bring up Savannah Arnold. The junior is batting .239 with 10 RBI and 13 runs scored. And the righty takes his called strike.
We've seen Kaylee Aerosmith work pretty efficiently later here in the season. Earlier on, she would take a lot of hitters to full count, so we'll see how she works tonight.
There's another fly ball to the outfield. It's shallow, and coming in, the left fielder Mendez will make the play for out number 2, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Lindsay Roscoe.
And that's great communication there by the fielders. You saw Leah Richardson, the shortstop, start to fade out into the grass, but it's a much easier play for Mendez making coming in, so she called her off. You saw Leah duck out of the way there. So great communication between the shortstop and the left fielder, Mendez.
Roscoe takes, and she's ahead in the count 1-0. Roscoe comes in with a lofty .467 batting average, 6 home runs, 3 triples, and she's knocked in 22 runs.
Yeah, she's leading many of their offensive statistical categories. Said she went yard twice in the St. Mark's game.
I think
She
and
drove.
they lost that game by a run.
They did. They lost by a run.
She takes outside, 2-1 count on Roscoe.
It was tied up yesterday in the Apo game. She had a runner ahead of her. She was able to drive a ball up the middle to at least advance her into scoring position. So she does her job at the plate.
Swings through that offering from Aerosmith, so the count's even at 2-2. 2 outs here in the top of the first.
And like I said, she's done a nice job transitioning over to first base. She had done some pitching in the past. They graduated Haley McCutcheon last year, so Lindsay's moved into that first baseman position this year and really solidified that for the infield.
Steps back in the box now, full count. Fouls that pitch back and over the Smyrna dugout. The right fielder, Harris, giving Roscoe a lot of respect. She's right in front of us. And that's down low for ball 4, so Smyrna gets a 2-out base runner, and that'll bring up the catcher, number 22, Addie Weisenberger. And she comes in with another good batting average, .438 with 5 home runs, 6 stolen bases, and she's knocked in 22 runs just like Roscoe.
And that'll be the 14th walk of the season for Roscoe. Another category she leads for the team.
Weisenberger swings through the first offering. Nice job by Harris after the pitch to go over and into foul territory, back up any possible throw to first. Count is even now, a 1-1.
Yeah, Kenzie Hunter is not afraid to snap a throw down to the corner.
We saw that last week. Off-speed pitch. A ball and 2 strikes.
Aerosmith's really come into her own with that change of speed this season.
Called strike, and that will end the top half of the first. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base. As we head to the bottom of the first for Caravel Academy, it'll be Massey, Richardson, and Russell to come into the plate.
And that is great work by Caravel to get through that first part of Smyrna's lineup early on, not really have Aerosmith go deep in any count, not give them a lot to see, not get them a lot of information about what she's throwing and how she's throwing this evening. So it's a really good inning to get started with for Caravel's pitching and defense against some of Smyrna's heavy hitters.
Defensively for the Smyrna Eagles, Addie Weisenberger behind the plate, Olivia Fox in the circle, Lindsay Roscoe at first, Lily Dixon at second, Savannah Arnold at short, Haley Ridgway over at the hot corner at third base. In left field, it's Casey Lloyd, Kate Slaney in center, and Paxton Dixon will be positioned in front of us out here in right field. That's our position here at Caravel Academy. We're just beyond the right field position. And this fence is, what do you think, about 4 feet high? So a line shot. I got my glove right here, Shannon.
I say
I'm
it's
ready.
your job to protect the cars behind us tonight.
Protect the cars. That's right. Pat's here. He's the ball magnet. Every time I do a basketball game with Pat, we get a ball at our broadcast location.
I wish I would have known that. I'd have left my car in the parking lot.
Every time. Matter of fact, the last game we did with, or I did with Pat, was a basketball semifinal game at the Bob. Did you get a ball to you that game, Pat? I don't remember. I don't think you did.
Well, let's break that curse tonight, okay?
All right, just about ready to go. Meeting in the circle by the Eagles infield and the battery. Before we see the first pitch to leadoff batter Paisley Massey, the freshman batting .464. 4 dingers on the season. I think you said she got 2 of them against Delmar. That was the last game they played.
Yeah, 2 against Delmar, 1 against Central, 1 against St. Mark's. So not only just on base percentage and good softball IQ, good eye for the strike zone out of the leadoff hitter Massey, she can hit for power too. So that is that's kind of the trifecta, right? As a coach, if you look at a kid who you want in the leadoff position, obviously the main key is that their on-base percentage is high.
I'm not sure what happened on that first pitch. I think Fox tried to throw an off-speed pitch. It was very slow and high, but I don't know whether she did something to her hand.
I think we have an equipment issue. Looks like Lindsay Roscoe's over there trying to help her.
Yeah. Might be that wristband where they have the signals for the pitches. Nevertheless, the first pitch was out of the zone. And now we're ready to go. 1-0 pitch. Another off-speed delivery. That bounced in there for ball 2. Richardson is on deck, and Russell in the hole.
Fox just a freshman in the circle. I've not seen her throw yet this year.
That just missed outside, so a 3-0 count to Massey.
I think she may have thrown early in the season, and then it's pretty much been Lex Dennis through the heart of the season. And I'm wondering if they're just trying to give her a little bit of rest.
Yeah, that's ball 4. So Massey takes a 4-pitch walk, and that brings up Richardson. Richardson batting .286 with a home run on the season. This is senior day, and Leah Richardson is the only senior on Caravel's. Oh, excuse me, her and Madison Frazier, the only 2 seniors on the roster.
Yeah, Leah's the only one that starts.
Line shot, left field, right at the left fielder, and Lloyd makes the play. That was on a rope. And so far, the left fielder's getting some work here in the first inning.
Yeah, absolutely.
That brings up Russell, the first baseman. Abigail Russell comes in batting .472.
We were talking about some of the family connections, Smyrna's family connections in softball run deep. Casey Lloyd, the left fielder, and Lindsay Roscoe are cousins.
That first pitch missed down low.
And then we've got Paxton Dixon and Lily Dixon. They are cousins, and Paxton is the little sister of Peyton, who's on the coaching staff now. She played for Smyrna, played 4 years down at USF for Kenny Erickson.
Called strike at the bottom of the zone. So Fox evens that account up at 1-1.
And some of these girls' moms played together in Smyrna as well. So
oh, yeah.
The history runs deep.
And the runner takes off. Throw down to second. Nobody there. It goes out into center field. But Massey will hold right there at second base and get a stolen base for her. The pitch was a ball, so it was a 2-1 count on Russell.
Really important to get Massey in scoring position with the power that Russell does have. Her propensity to hit extra base hits.
Off-speed pitch, pop up in the infield. It'll be handled by the third baseman, Ridgway, for out number 2. And that'll bring up the pitch. Aerosmith, and she comes in with a batting average of .417.
I know Kaylee did a lot of work last season as we called a lot of these games here. She did a lot of work to get her hitting to a level where she could be in games for Coach Johnson as Massey takes off and picks up another 60 feet and steals third.
Yeah, that pitch bounced up there, and then the throw from the catcher, Weisenberger, that bounced down to third.
Well, and again, a changeup is the best pitch to steal on. It takes a long time to get to home and gives you plenty of time to steal. So changeup pitchers are great pitchers to steal against. But Kaylee did a lot of work with Coach Randy Johnson to perfect her hitting, and I know he would certainly be super proud of her numbers this year and what she's been able to accomplish and help herself not only, you know, in the circle as well as she's pitched this year, but at the plate. So she's definitely making him proud.
A ball and a strike, 2 outs. Leadoff batter Massey is over third base. Fox delivery. Down low, ground ball, and that's foul.
And the DP Daniels stands on deck.
So Fox is ahead of Aerosmith here, a ball and 2 strikes. And again, she throws a lot of off-speed pitches. That one also off-speed, and Aerosmith out in front of it just a little bit. Hits that one just over the third baseman's head, gets an RBI. It goes deep into left, takes the turn. She goes to third, the tag, and she's in there. Nope, now he changed it that she's out. Now the third base coach for Caravel wants to come in and talk about this one. The relay from Smyrna, I think she thought she was over at first. She was getting ready to turn around, wheel, and throw, and then all of a sudden, wait a minute, here she is sliding into second. There's going to be a discussion, but I think that's going to be the final out of the bottom of the first inning. But the run scores. It's 1-0 Caravel. We go to the second inning. I'll be back for that right after this.
Matt's Fish Camp has 3 locations, all conveniently located on Route 1 in Lewis, Bethany Beach, and Fenwick Island. Matt serves fresh seafood, coastal classics, and Sussex County comfort food. With an array of camp cocktails, craft ales, and a carefully selected wine list, there's something for everyone on the menu. Matt's is the place you can bring your family for dinner, grab lunch during the week, or hang with friends at happy hour. Each location offers unique outdoor dining and a raw bar featuring fresh, local oysters. Open daily for lunch and dinner. Stop into Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Bethany, or Fenwick.
Here we go, top of the second. Paxton Dixon leading off for the Eagles. Takes a called strike. Ridgeway on deck. Both teams had base runners, and there's an off-speed offering, again, right to the left fielder. And Mendez getting a lot of work out there. 2 pitches, 1 out, and here comes the third baseman, Haley Ridgeway. She has a .214 batting average, but an on-base percentage of .400 with 3 triples.
She was responsible for the insurance runs yesterday against Apo. Had a nice hit up the middle that was not fielded cleanly. I think she ended up on third base yesterday.
Yeah, how about that? And that missed down low, so she's ahead in the count 2-0.
Smyrna's already got bullpen action, so we see Lindsay Roscoe over here warming up.
Swing, a late swing on that. 2-1 count now on Ridgeway. That missed high, now 3-1. Second, third ball count, and we're only in the top of the second.
Yeah, and that's been one of Kaylee's issues, is throwing a lot of pitchers to hitters this season.
Now she whipped that one in there. Ridgeway swung through it, and that runs the count full. And it's a shame you fans can't listen to what we do during the commercial breaks because Pat Gariantes is very entertaining. And that missed for a ball. Second walk issued by Aerosmith. This time Smyrna has a leadoff runner, or excuse me, a one-out runner, with Lloyd coming up.
It's a little uncharacteristic of Aerosmith, I would say, to have 2 walks in 2 innings.
I don't
Work.
think she had more than 1 walk against Apo.
Right. I said it was uncharacteristic, Glenn.
Yeah, well, rare. That would be another adjective, right? Yeah, anyhow, so the music that's played here over the public addresses and between the breaks, PG, not Procter Gamble, but Pat Gariantes, he's getting into it.
They're just promoting that new movie for Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I think he should have been in that movie.
He said he has a glove and some penny loafers, so we're waiting for that next. I want to see that.
A bunt attempt, and that goes foul.
Smart move here to have bunt laid down here by Lloyd if she can, with Dennis on deck.
Lloyd comes into the game tonight batting right around 200. She lets the bunt down again, and that sails over the catcher's head. 0-2 count now.
And that being popped up, I'm sure Caravel would love to have Kenzie Hunter catch that.
I don't think she got a good read on it right off the bat, and got behind her too quick. Swing and a miss, and there's a 3-pitch strikeout for Aerosmith, her second strikeout of the game. 2 outs, and that brings up Dennis, the designated player. Dennis comes in with a .436 batting average, .540 on base percentage. She swings through the first offering for a strike.
Haley Ridgway still stands at first base after the walk.
That just missed, a ball and a strike. Roscoe has 6 home runs on the season to lead the team. And Weisenberger has 5. Those two really hitting the ball well this season. We have a 1-2 count now on Dennis.
Dennis hit one out yesterday against Apo.
Yeah, that was her first one of the year, right?
I think so, yes.
And she takes there. Evens the count at 2-all. And that will go foul beyond the dugout of the Buccaneers. So the count holds a 2-2. Runner at first is Ridgway. 2 outs here in the top of the second. 1-0 lead for Caravel. Runner takes off to second. Hunter with a good arm. What's the call? She dropped the ball, so that's safe and a stolen base for Ridgway. And a full count on the batter, Dennis. Fly ball in play. Foul territory. And getting over there, making a nice running catch right by the fence is the third baseman, Katie Penand, to end the top of the second, Shannon.
I think that was actually Leah Richardson, shortstop, Glenn.
Oh, the shortstop got over there.
I think she actually went over there. Yeah, I saw the number 2, so I think that's Leah Richardson that makes that out.
Good hustle by her to get over there. She made the catch about a stride from that fence. So Smyrna had a base runner. Again, it was another walk. Got her into scoring position, but could not get her home to tie this thing up. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Coming up to bat for Caravel will be Daniels, Penand, and Hunter for the Caravel Buccaneers. So through 2 innings, Smyrna has left 2 runners on base. But Aerosmith throwing a no-hitter with 2 strikeouts.
And while we saw some work in the bullpen, I don't see a pitching change yet. So I think they were just making sure Lindsay was loosened up in case they need her. Maybe as a, partial inning pitcher, but it looks like Fox is back out on the rubber.
Yep, she's still out there. And up to the plate now is the designated player, Ava Daniels. Daniels with a .405 batting average. I want to thank both coaching staffs for providing stats for us. Boy, she waited on that off-speed offering, but right to the center fielder, and making the play is Slaney for out number 1.
So far, the good contact hits have just been right at the outfielders.
Took a lot of discipline to wait on that off-speed offering. Here's the third baseman, Katie Panan.
Katie's had a great season down there at the hot corner. She's had some, what I would call ESPN top 10 plays. She's done a great job on defense for the Bucks. She can hit with power. If she gets a hold of something, it can go. Comes in 277.
Yep, good location on that first pitch by Fox. Down and away for the strike. All-speed pitch, just missed.
So safe to say, Olivia Fox, if you're watching her work for an inning and a little bit here, change up and a curveball looks like her two go-to pitches.
That just missed outside, so a 2-1 count on Panan with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning.
So these Caravel hitters will have to locate that curveball or hunt that change of speed, one or the other. Can't do them both, so they got to pick and choose.
She misses with that one, so a 3-1 count now on Panan with Kenzie Hunter on deck. Now we have a time, and Nina Marcano is going to go out and have a meeting in the circle.
See if she just settles the freshman down or if she's going to make a change here. Again, I'd have to look back through Game Changer and see how much Fox has really pitched this season.
With her. No. She's going to stick with her as Coach Marcano heads back to the dugout. Let's see if she gave her the pitch. Don't check your wristband. I gave it to you. 3-1 pitch. And that missed high, and there's a walk. Panan's a 1-out base runner for Kenzie Hunter, the catcher.
That's the second walk for Fox in as many innings as well. So pitcher's pretty evened up on stats so far tonight.
Yeah. Hunter batting .200 coming into the game. And Panan's looking runnerish to me.
It's a great term, runner-ish.
Ooh, throw down to first. Gathered up by Roscoe.
Weisenberger's going to pull that trigger quick, too.
Fox checks the wristband, ready with the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball, left side. That's fouling out of down the fence line. A ball and a strike. And again, the middle infielders get together. Actually, that's Roscoe. Second and third base, having a little talk with Fox.
And there's some of that leadership we talked about in the pregame. Roscoe trying to help out a younger player, settle her down, give her some guidance.
Called strike. A ball and 2 strikes on Hunter.
If we look at the pitching staff for the Eagles, Olivia Fox in the circle you see now, just a freshman. Lex Dennis been doing most of the pitching. She's a junior. Lindsay Roscoe can pitch, a senior. So you're looking at the future of the Eagles pitching staff here.
Ground ball again, left side, and foul down the chain link fence. Count holding up at a ball and 2 strikes. Penanda first. And 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Caravel leading 1-0. That's down low. Trying to get Hunter to go fishing. One thing, and like you, I haven't seen Fox work this year. She's not very quick. She's very deliberate. Swing and a mix on an off-speed pitch. Throw down to first, and they got her a double play. A strikeout double play to end the bottom of the second inning. We'll go to the third. It's still 1-0 Caravel here on 302 Sports.
I think I've always known he was going to do something like this. He did not want to do active duty because he wants to do college first. I think that was the biggest thing for him, instead of waiting and then doing college after.
One of the differences I noticed when he came back from basic training, he was more organized in how he was going about things a little bit. I know he commented that a lot of things his classmates would do that it didn't bother him before, but now he realizes, because he's been outside of high school, I think maybe he's a little more responsible.
He's thinking about his future a lot more. He talks about it and the different possibilities. And he mentioned the ROTC program as well. And he said, I could graduate as an officer. And so I was kind of excited when he mentioned that he could do that as well.
I would just tell people, if their son or daughter was considering the National Guard, that I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's something that can really help somebody grow. And at the same time, you're serving your country, which is a great thing too. So I think it's a good opportunity.
I think I've always known.
Glenn Frazier back with Shannon Timmons. Christopher Widener on camera. And Pat Gariandes now asking for playlist request from the PA announcer.
I'll see what I can do.
All right. We're trying to get a little music here in between innings. As we go to the top of the third inning, tight ball game, pitcher's game. I kind of thought coming in, this had the possibility of being low scoring. And Shannon's thinking, what?
Well, yes and no. And the reason I say that is both these teams have been in these home run derby hitting games here lately. But what surprises me is with the freshman Fox in the circle, how well she's handling these experienced Caravel hitters.
Yeah.
So when I saw her in the lineup to start tonight, I thought, oh, this could go sideways. But she's done a really good job controlling some of the bats in the lineup of the Bucks. So credit to Olivia Fox because she's done a great job through the line, almost all the way through the lineup now, one time. And that's impressive, right, as a freshman who hasn't seen a lot of pitching time. So that's why I paused before I said that.
Here's a freshman up to lead off the third for Smyrna, Lily Dixon. She comes in with a 171 batting average, but she's scored 15 runs. She's drawn 11 walks and has 10 stolen bases to lead the team.
Speed. This kid has wheels when she gets on.
2-1 count. Shows bunt, and that goes straight back to the netting. So a 2-2 count on Dixon. Fox is on deck, and then the top of the order. And Pat Shannon's trying to work on a Aerosmith song for you in between innings. So we'll get that text in.
Yeah, we're trying to have a little bit of fun with Kaylee Aerosmith in the circle and an Aerosmith song.
There you go.
You know,
it just makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does. It should be our walk-up music. I mean, come on. Like, what are we doing?
That miss, much to the dismay of a lot of Caravel players. So it's a full count on Dixon. Leadoff batter here for the Eagles at the top of the third, a 1-0 ball game. Caravel on top. And she fouls that back with a little half swing, a little chop slap.
Pat's going to change the words to one of these Aerosmith songs. We're going to put them on air. Like our own version of American Idol out here tonight.
I used
We're
to
gonna have some
be
fun with this.
in a rock band in high school and college, and I was lead singer. I would often change lyrics to songs.
Look, we got a whole crew here. I love it.
Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout for Aerosmith to start the top of the third inning. That brings up Smyrna's pitcher, another freshman, Olivia Fox.
Right?
Oh,
We
really?
did not
Pat
know.
didn't know that. Oh, yeah.
So
Excuse me. Fox is in the
flex.
flex.
Look, he's talking
Didn't
about a
tell me
band.
that.
He can't
No.
keep track here. All right, so we got Kate Slaney who flied out to left. Looks like she's going to try to bunt for a hit.
And that was called a ball.
Nobody has to worry about me singing. I can't carry a tune in a bucket, so that's all on you guys, okay? The sports thing, I got. Singing, not my deal. They can't play an instrument, none of that stuff. Put me on a softball field, I'm good.
I thought I heard you singing a couple of times during the game. There's a bunt down to third. Fielded third base. Quick throw to first, and she got her. That's a real good play by Penand.
Great scoop by Penand to come across right in front of the pitcher there and field that and make the throw for the out. I'm telling you, she has done a phenomenal job at third base this year for the Bucks.
Here's a Arnold, the shortstop. She flied out to left field in the first inning. Up to the plate now with 2 outs in the top of the third. And she takes high and outside for a ball.
I may sing along, Glenn, but I'm not doing it where anybody else can hear me. Are you kidding?
Okay.
No chance.
Well, it was between innings. I wish I could remember the song. Good fastball there. Ball and a strike. As we're just about to hit dusk here at Caravel Academy. There's a called strike. 1-2 count on Arnold. If she reaches, Roscoe is on deck. That off-speed offering misses high and outside. 2-2 now on Arnold.
Savannah Arnold playing shortstop this year. She's done her fair share of swapping around positions.
And there's
in
a
the
swing and a
past
miss
as well.
and a strikeout for Aerosmith and a quick top of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third, and coming up for Caravel Academy will be Harris, Barker, and the top of the order to Massey.
That's Aerosmith's 4th strikeout tonight and first 1-2-3 inning of the night. So she made quick work of that.
Both pitchers pretty efficient so far early in this ball game.
Yeah,
Now you see the second time through. What
yeah,
happens now?
Fox went 1-2-3 in the second inning, so she just has Harris and Barker, and then she'll roll the order. So again, she's been able to keep these hitters off balance. Like I said, is seeing her in the lineup, not having any reference of her pitching so far this season. She's done a great job controlling the Caravel hitters. And sometimes, some of these pitchers just have that off speed or pitch a little bit slower. It's hard for kids to hit. I think that's one of the reasons St. Mark's has been successful. Not to take anything away from their pitcher, but she does not throw with the speed that some of these other pitchers do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's taken some teams a couple of innings to sort of time that up and figure her out. So that is definitely an advantage sometimes when teams are used to seeing some of the faster pitchers and then they hit a little bit, change of speed. It's tough to come around and adjust to.
All right, leading off bottom of the third for the Buccaneers. So freshman Olivia Harris, the right fielder, batting .270. Her first at bat in this ball game against Fox. Olivia Harris bats against Olivia Fox. And the first pitch misses low for a ball.
Your request for an Aerosmith song has been placed, fellas.
Oh, look at that. Good off-speed pitch. Nice location. Ball and a strike on Harris. 9-hole hitter Barker on deck. Last week against Appoquinimink, she was our co-player of the game. That missed high.
As we see Lex Dennis come into the bullpen now to start warming up.
Yes, we do. And she looked right over here at our broadcast position.
She hates to see me come in to interview her. She's always like, can I have a friend? Don't do this by myself.
Hey,
I want a friend.
I've had a lot of players do that to
I know.
me.
They all want somebody with them.
That misses 3-1.
Like, sure, I'll interview you both. It's okay. We can have co-players of the game. I'm totally okay with that.
Appo had a pitcher that she saw me coming. She just started to walk away.
Ayla
and
McCatherine, guaranteed.
Coach Timpson had to say, hey, come on.
Yep. It's something they have to learn how to do for sure.
Harris steps out now back in the box.
I told her it's a good problem to have to come see me.
And there's another walk. So Harris is a leadoff batter. In the bottom of the third, leadoff runner down at first base for Caravel, and that brings up the center fielder Barker, and she's dangerous.
I would have to imagine that Coach Marcano's thought process here might be to see Fox get through the order once and then make a change. Wouldn't be surprised to see that happen.
Well, now, coming from a former coach, I expect that analogy from you and that analysis. I think she offered a bunt but pulled it back, so that's a ball. From our advantage point, a little bit blocked out by the Smyrna first baseman on that left-handed batter. So we'll do it again. Harris on at first. Nobody out here, bottom of the third. Shows bunt, lays it down. Perfect. Third baseman plays it and just got her by a step, but the runner moves up to second. Nice sacrifice.
What a beautiful bunt there by Barker. You can't ask for better placement than that. And it was really still a close play down there at first with her speed, but way to advance that runner.
Real close play. Now that brings up Massey, who walked back in the first inning.
So great sack bunt there by Cheyenne Barker. Does her job.
Basically scored the only run of the game, and now that pass ball or wild pitch, whatever it is, will allow Harris to move to third base. 1 out, 1-0 count on Massey. I think, if anything, this game for Smyrna is a good litmus test where they stand at this point in the season. There was a foul at the plate, so it counts as 1-1.
And I think also it's good to see what Fox can do against a number one team. And if she's able to keep them at bay for a little while, that does give the coach an option in the circle and give Dennis a break if need be, right? And if they're going to pull Lex in after this, that's a speed adjustment that Caravel's going to have to make
Ground
in the
ball,
box.
left side, third baseman backhanded it, plays it first. The run will score.
That's a nice backhand by Haley Ridgway over there at third base. That's just textbook for a third baseman.
So an RBI for Massey. So she is accounted in both runs. She scored the first run and knocked that one in. Comes Richardson now with the bases clean and 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Buccaneers up 2-0. Richardson lined out to left field at her only at bat. That was a rope she hit, but it was right at the left fielder. Swung over top of that one, strike one. So again, here's the small ball that Caravel plays. They do not have a hit this inning, but they scored a run. Walk, sacrifice bunt, stolen base on a wild pitch or a pass ball, whatever the official scorer says, and then a ground out to third, she scores.
Well, and I hate to say it, but there's a stat that says, 85% of walks score. And so far, 2 of the 3 walks that have been issued by Fox have scored. That's why you hate to see the free passes. They always come back to bite you.
Especially to the leadoff batter. Boy, she waited on that one. Grounded to short. Bad hop. Throw to first will be late, and she's in there. A lot of spin on that ball as it went to the shortstop, Savannah Arnold. And now another meeting in the circle for the Eagles.
Richardson did a great job of leaving her hands back, just trying to stay behind that changeup from Fox and poking it in play, trying to do something with it.
So she's a 2-out base runner for Russell, who popped up to third base in her only at bat.
And again, hitting is all about timing, and these Caravel hitters have to figure out how to time this pitcher up, and then they're going to have to make an adjustment in timing if they bring Lex Dennis in. It's going to be a much faster pitch coming in from Dennis.
There goes Richardson. She'll move up a bag. Now in scoring position with 2 outs and a 1-ball count on Russell.
And this is where Abby Russell can't let this moment get too big, right? She just has to stay the course, trust the process, see ball, hit ball.
She got a little piece of that and fouled it back. Ball and a strike on her. And if she should reach, Aerosmith is on deck. And to this point, she has the only hit in the game. High fly ball, shallow center. And fading in and making the catch is Slaney for the final out here in the bottom of the third. But another run for the Buccaneers, so they'll take a 2-0 lead into the fourth when we come right back after this.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822. Get the assurance.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
Three innings in the books. We're getting ready to go to the top of the fourth inning. Leading off for Smyrna will be Lindsey Roscoe, the first baseman, who drew a walk in her only at bat. She'll be followed by Weisenberger and Paxton Dixon. Roscoe to face Aerosmith here in the fourth. Takes a called strike. Aerosmith, just a sophomore, had 159 strikeouts on the season coming into tonight. That missed outside. A ball and a strike on Roscoe. Lexi Dennis now warming up with a little bit more authority.
Aerosmith with a career 349 strikeouts coming into tonight, 4 tonight, so she's broken the 350 mark. just a sophomore.
Yeah. Off-speed pitch, and she really fooled Roscoe there, gets her swinging. Or did she get a piece of it? She got a piece of it and fouled it, so she's still alive. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some career numbers. I think Sussex Central, Madge Layfield, had over 1,000 in her career.
Yeah.
There's the strikeout for out number 1.
5th strikeout for the night.
And here's Weisenberger, the catcher. She also struck out back in the first inning. .438 average on the season. Called strike down at the bottom of the zone. She waited on that off-speed pitch and fouled it over the Smyrna dugout.
Aerosmith doing a good job getting ahead of these hitters here in the 4th. Just the second time through the lineup, second time they're seeing her here tonight.
0-2 count. And another strikeout. 2 gone here in the top of the 4th. That'll bring up Paxton Dixon, who flied to left in her only at bat.
And we've talked about this before. You know, Aerosmith makes this look easy. She's one of our spinnier pitches, we say, in the state, and she just makes it look effortless. But she does get nice spin on the pitch. If you ever get a chance to stand behind home plate and watch her pitch, you'll see the spin she's able to get, and it is very deceptive for the hitters.
And there's a shot. The first hit of the game for Smyrna. She just punched that right out into right center or right field. Good job by Paxton Dixon. She's a 2-out base runner for the third baseman Ridgway, who drew a walk in her only plate appearance. That's only the second hit of the game.
I was
total.
gonna say, yeah. Second hit total, 1 for each team, and Aerosmith has Caravel's only hit. Now Paxton Dixon has Smyrna's only hit.
Called strike on Ridgway. Ridgway just a freshman. That got by the catcher, so moving up to second base, and now in scoring position is Paxton Dixon.
And they're going to have to be careful. Dixon's got speed. Base hit to the outfield is going to score Dixon.
That missed. 2-1 count. Ridgway did a good job her last at bat, working a walk. And now she's ahead in the count in her second plate appearance. Count runs even up now, a 2-2.
Got left fielder Casey Lloyd on deck. If Ridgway were able to reach.
Pop up. Mid center field. And a fairly easy play for Cheyenne Barker, and that will end the top half of the 4th. Smyrna gets a hit. They strand a runner. Their first hit of the game. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, still 2-0 Caravel. The Buccaneers will have Aerosmith, Daniels, and Penand coming up here in the bottom of the 4th.
And we'll have to see if there's any type of pitching change for Smyrna as they're going to face the heart of the order again for the Bucks.
Yeah, let's see, because, no. Fox is still out there. Dennis is certainly loose and will be ready.
Yeah, she was over here in the bullpen throwing for a while. That's why I was curious to see who would go out in the circle.
All right, Shannon, one more inning, then I'm getting my 302. Pat just went and got his. The sun went down. The lights have been on. And even though there's not much of a breeze here tonight.
Temperature's dropping quick.
Yeah. You and I are both talking about maybe wearing shorts for this game. Well. All right, here we go.
If it's 64 degrees, it doesn't feel like it. That's what our
Yeah. Sophomore pitcher Kaylee Aerosmith to lead it off. She has the only hit in the ball game for Caravel, and she got an RBI, but then she was thrown out trying to get second. One hop right into the third baseman's glove and an out. She hit it hard right on the nose, but right there, that third baseman scooped it up.
What a scoop by Haley Ridgway. Didn't even flinch.
One pitch, one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That brings up the designated player, Ava Daniels, who flied to center field in the second inning.
Daniel's done a nice job all season.
That's a called
Oh,
strike.
goodness.
And that I want the timer on that one.
Gracious.
I think that took 5 seconds to reach the plate. Bugs Bunny
That's
says
coming
back.
in like unlimited arc there and falling in the strike zone.
Listen, I played slow pitch softball for about 40 years. I'm used to that.
Caravel's hitters are not, I can tell you.
No, I don't think too many players.
Again, I think that's why they've had such a hard time tonight.
Yeah.
No, I'm not taking
She's keeping them off balance.
It is, and I'm not taking anything away from Olivia Fox by saying that.
No.
Absolutely not. She has a skill set that is hard for hitters to adjust to. She's doing a great job of keeping them off balance.
Does it again. Got another strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Daniels. 1 out here.
They are not used to seeing a ball come in with that kind of lift and that kind of arc and just fall through the strike zone like that. So credit to her for the backflip change that's going to fall through the strike zone like that.
My granddaughters played in a slow pitch event. Of course, they both played high school ball. Here's the pitch. She goes down and digs it out right to short, over to first. Got her by a half a step. Good defensive play that time by Arnold. So anyhow, they're used to fast pitch. And we're throwing that slow arc. Oh, my gosh. They swing about 3 times before the ball gets there.
Credit to Ava Daniels there, though, to hunt a different type of pitch in that at-bat and try to put something in play as she did there.
Here's the third baseman, Katie Panan. She drew a walk in her only plate appearance and was stranded.
She got
she was picked off.
Picked off. She got plucked off.
That was the strikeout double play.
Yeah, Weisenberger went after her.
2 catchers here tonight with good arms and not afraid to use them. Line shot, deep left, but right there, the left fielder. And quick work here in the bottom of the fourth by young Olivia Fox. She gets a 1-2-3 inning. We're through 4. We go to the top of the 5th. Right after this, Caravel 2, Smyrna nothing.
Heating and Air. Barclays can work on all brands specializing in air conditioners, gas, oil, and heat pumps. Family owned and operated with over 17 years of experience. Licensed, insured, and a multiple-year First Aid Favorites winner. Barclay Heating and Air offers 24-hour emergency service with service plans available. Customer satisfaction guaranteed. Call 302-653-5971 for a free estimate today. John and Ginger Barclay are looking forward to serving the community. Find them on the web at barclayheatingandair.com. Barclay Heating and Air. Barclays can work on all brands specializing in air conditioners, gas, oil, and heat pumps. Family owned and operated with over 17 years.
All right, here we go to the top of the 5th inning for the Smyrna Eagles. It'll be Lloyd, Dennis, and Lily Dixon. Bottom of the order for the Eagles. Two pitchers doing a great job tonight.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, we're through 4 innings, and both teams have 1 hit.
And a close game. 2-0.
All right, here's Casey Lloyd. She struck out back in the 2nd inning. Second look at Aerosmith for her, and she takes a called strike. Casey Lloyd's a junior, batting just under 200 on the season. Fouled that one straight back in the hole 0-2. We got a lot coming up for you here on 302 Sports through the NFHS network as we start state championship activities. Tomorrow we'll have all the track and field state championship activity for you on the NFHS network. That missed. 1-2 count. And coming up, we've got lacrosse, and we've got soccer, and we've got boys volleyball. Yep, we'll find out Sunday.
Yeah.
The bracket for the softball
yep.
tournament.
Yeah, this is a busy time of year. We're going to be all over the place covering as much as we possibly can and bringing that to you through the NFHS network.
And baseball really late this year. It's not going to end until almost mid-June.
Like the 13th or something, right?
Yeah.
It's really late.
Fouled that one. So the count will hold at 2-2 on Lloyd, leadoff batter here for Smyrna in the top of the 5th. Smyrna Eagles coming in with a 10-6 record, and I've had them ranked in the top 10 all year, despite the record and some other programs that have better records, because all 6 losses are to top 10 teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And their strength of schedule is going to do them justice when this tournament committee meets to seed the tournament. Some people may be surprised with the 10-6 record. However tonight ends up, whatever their final record ends up being, they may be surprised at the draw that they get, but
right.
you have to consider the strength of schedule and who they play and how they challenge themselves during the regular season, as does a team like Caravel. You know, they go out and they try and find the best competition as well. We always say, you know, a loss to a team that's really good, that's got a lot of wins, is better sometimes than a win. A slaughter against a team that's, you know, 2-16. So when you're setting up your schedule, you have to certainly take those things into consideration with your non-conference play and try to make it as challenging as possible, yet get as many wins as you can.
And there's a walk to lead off the top of the 5th for the Eagles. And that'll bring Lily Dennis, the designated player. Lexi Dennis. And she went out unassisted to the shortstop in her only at bat. How many walks do we have tonight now?
Aerosmith's third walk tonight.
Okay.
3 for Fox, 3 for Aerosmith. The K's get lopsided, but Aerosmith with 6, Fox with just 1. 1 hit apiece. The difference is the runs.
Yeah.
But otherwise, pretty similar stats.
Dennis fouled back the first offering, so she's in the hole 0-1. Takes that pitch a little high in the zone, so a ball and a strike. Now you talk about the 2 different teams here. Of course, Caravel is not in a conference. Smyrna has to play all the teams in their conference. And sometimes the bottom feeders are not that good record-wise. There's a shot, throw, first base to second covering. Now they're going to try to get the double play at third, and she's safe. A good play to get the out at first, though.
And you can see Lex Dennis just so excited, which is awesome, that with a sack bunt and she's out, despite the fact that she's out, super excited to see her teammate advance. And I think that's just hard. One of the things you're taught is not to throw behind a runner ever and force them to advance, and that's what Caravel did there.
So that'll put Lloyd over at third base with 1 out. For the second baseman, Lloyd actually popped it up, and the catch was made
by Penand after she collides with Kenzie Hunter.
Looks like they're both okay. So that, I think they were trying to go squeeze play there,
Tell
and
you
she
what,
just popped it up.
That is a huge out for Caravel.
Yeah.
Huge out. And that's going to roll the top of the order to Kate Slaney.
Yep. She's flied out and grounded out. So she's put the ball in play. And she fouls the first one out of play.
And I'm sure Lily Dixon would like to have that one back.
It just missed that one. 2 outs here. Took that pitch high for a ball. With Lloyd over at third base. Smyrna trying to get on the board here. They trail Caravel 2-0. We're in the top of the 5th.
First time Smyrna's had a runner reach third base tonight and be 60 feet from scoring a run as Slaney swings through that pitch.
1-2 count on her. Again, she's put the ball in play in her 2 at-bats. Fly ball deep left. So all the way back to the track, and then the running catch is made out there by the left fielder, Mendez, who's had a busy night, and she tracked that one really well to get the final out of the top of the 5th.
Yeah, that's a great job out there and communicating. You could see her talking as she's drop stepping back. You can see her talking with the center fielder there, Cheyenne Barker. But great job to drop back and catch that. That keeps the Eagles off the board.
Yeah, that certainly would have scored a run.
Yeah.
And they might have had another runner in scoring position. It probably would have hit the track and bounced against the fence.
Yeah, that's the first time that Smyrna really had a runner threaten to score over there at third base. But Caravel able to squash that threat. And here we go. Still looks like we have Fox in the circle.
So far, so good for her and for the Smyrna Eagles. She's gone the distance, and she will face the bottom of the order here in the bottom of the 5th. Hunter, Harris, and Barker.
No one's taken your suggestion of Aerosmith for
That's
Aerosmith
okay.
yet.
Like
so
I said,
sorry.
We're trying to communicate with a coaching staff that's kind of busy with what they're doing. So, you know. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 5th inning. It's the catcher, Kenzie Hunter, who struck out in her only at-bat against Olivia Fox.
And she is Fox's 1 strikeout tonight so far.
Okay. Ground ball. Ready to third base. Oh, she clipped it. She clipped it out of the air. Good play by Haley Ridgway, who's Smyrna. Both teams played really good defense tonight. I think we've only had maybe an error. A couple of pass balls, wild pitches, but we had the 1 error on the Smyrna shortstop.
One
I think
error.
on a tough hop, and that's it.
That's it. Pretty clean.
So Hunter goes down. Here's Harris, the right fielder. She drew a walk and scored a run in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Massey gets the RBI for that.
First pitch out of the zone. Fox down in the count, 1-0. And that missed for ball 2. And that's how Harris got aboard and scored the run. She drew a walk. And she's ahead in count 3-0.
I mean, so far tonight, really, you have to credit all of these hitters. No one has really chased anything crazy. You know, they've really had a great eye for the strike zone, both teams. So credit to the coaches and these players for being prepared and knowing the strike zone and defending that strike zone really well tonight.
And there's a 4-pitch walk. So Harris, a 1-out base runner for Barker.
It's the 4th walk of the night for Fox. Again, 2 of the other walks have scored. We talked about that earlier. That leadoff walk sometimes is just dangerous on the base paths.
Yeah. Barker grounded out to third, and she was just out on a close play at first base. That was her only plate appearance back in the third inning, and that moved the runner up.
Looks like
again.
She's going to it again.
Fouled that one. I think the other thing to watch for here is Harris to take off if there's anything down low in the zone, and especially an off-speed offering.
I think we're going to get a runner for Harris.
We are. Number 24 coming in.
Mila McDonough.
Well, good thing, because we didn't have 24 on the roster. So McDonough, the runner at first. And a 1-0 count, or excuse me, an 0-1 count on Barker. Shows bunt again, pulls it back, throw down to second, and they got her. The throw was there in time. And that's out number 2. There's nothing posted on the scoreboard, but I think we have a 1-1 count on the batter. We definitely had a strike on the first pitch. But they wiped down. Now they're setting it up on the scoreboard here. And she waited on that nicely and drills it right back to the box. So that throw out at second was huge. Nice hit there by Barker.
Second hit of the game for the Bucks. Yeah, that play by Weisenberger to throw out McDonough,
yeah.
the runner for Harris, huge now that Barker has that hit up the middle. And we're rolling to the top of the order with Massey.
Massey has an RBI and has scored a run. So she's figured in both runs for Caravel tonight. She has a walk. And she just got a piece of that one and fouled it back.
Going back to Barker's hit, what a great job keeping her hands back and just waiting on that slower pitch, that change of speed, and just driving that up the middle. Takes a lot of discipline to be able to do that.
Fastball that time, swung through it, couldn't hold up. So an 0-2 count on Paisley Massey. Now let's see what Fox will offer to her here. Checks the wristband. And the 0-2 pitch. 2 outs, runner at first. Swings at the low pitch, and Smyrna gets out of a jam here in the bottom of the 5th. We're through 5. We go to the top of the 6th. Caravel 2, Smyrna nothing on 302 Sports.
Making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr., the owner of Paint Doctor, started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job. Paint Doctor, making house calls for your sick walls. Richard C. Edwards Jr.
Baywood is a full-service restaurant and premier wedding and event venue in coastal Delaware. Located just a few miles from Lewis and Rehoboth Beach, this all-inclusive venue features breathtaking views, stunning indoor and outdoor spaces, and a team of professionals to help you plan your dream wedding. From our in-house florist to our award-winning culinary team, we will take care of everything, making sure your day will be one to remember. Reach out today to schedule your tour at Baywood. The Clubhouse at Baywood.
We are ready to go. Top of the 6th inning here at Randy Johnson Field on Caravel Academy's campus. And leading off for the Smyrna Eagles, top of the 6th, it'll be the shortstop, Savannah Arnold, 0 for 2, flied out and struck out. She'll be followed by Lindsay Roscoe and then Weissenberger. Aerosmith ready. Down in the zone and gets the call. Fly ball, left field. That's going to fall in for a hit. Only the second hit of the game for Smyrna. And they have a leadoff runner for Roscoe, who has walked and struck out.
And we see Smyrna's coach come out. I think we're going to get a runner here for Smyrna in place of Arnold.
Number 18. So that'll be another player that we don't, although it's Reese Fretz, that's right, the senior. She's one of those players on the roster that has a different jersey number, whether she's on the road or at home. And some of the schools do that. Fretz has 7 stolen bases on the season, so we'll keep an eye out for that. As there's a meeting in the circle with Caravel's infield and the battery. And one of the coaches. That was head coach Peterson out there talking things over. Would we or would we not be surprised to see Roscoe go bunt here? You're running out of outs. You know you're getting late in the game.
I won't be surprised, however, with the way she's been hitting and the power she can provide. I don't know. Might have to let her swing away.
Takes a called strike. Once again, Fretz is the runner at first. She's in for Arnold, who singled.
She shortened up her swing yesterday. We see it again here today.
She takes off, and it's a foul back. Had the little
choke up a little bit, yeah. Just trying to choke and poke a little bit, put something in play. Find some grass. I can say that. We were at UD. You made fun of me for saying that because it's turf, but I can say that tonight.
Yeah, you can. 0-2 now on Roscoe. Throw down to first. Got back in there. Hunter has a gun.
Yes, she does. And she is such a smart player, has such high softball IQ.
A ball and 2 strikes. Roscoe takes high for ball 2. Nobody out, top of the 6th. Smyrna with a runner at first.
This is one of those places I think Aerosmith needs to mature. Just a sophomore, but she gets runners on, and sometimes.
There's a ball punched deep short. She makes the catch, throw to first, and there's a double play. I think the runner was going on contact there and tried to scurry back but could not do it.
Yeah, that runner did not read ball and understand that Leah Richardson had time to get underneath of that. So heads up play there by shortstop Leah Richardson to double up Fretz and really cancel the opportunity Smyrna had with a runner on and nobody out.
So now 2 outs, bases clean. Here's Weisenberger. She takes a called strike. 0 for 2 tonight. Caravel will have the meat of the order coming up bottom of the 6th. There's a foul back and out of play.
I was saying before the double play, one of those places I think Kaylee just matures. She's just a sophomore. I think one of the places she's got to mature is she gets those hitters 0-2 and then ball, and runs that full count, and that's tough, especially when you have runners on. So I don't know if that runner on makes her nervous in any kind of way, but I think that's just one place that we'll see her continue to mature over the next couple of seasons.
Ball and 2 strikes on Weisenberger. With 2 outs here at the top of the 6th, Caravel holding to a 2-0 lead. And the hits have been scarce. It's a pitcher's duel today. That missed. Good discipline at the plate by Weisenberger there.
Again, got to say, I've not seen Olivia Fox, the freshman, throw for Smyrna. Really impressed with her effort tonight in the circle.
Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout to end the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits. Or excuse me, there was a hit. None left on, as she faced the minimum in the top of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Coming up for the Buccaneers, it'll be Richardson, Russell, and Aerosmith scheduled to bat. Yeah. It's kind of bottom of the 6th coming up here. Caravel Academy leading off. Shortstop Leah Richardson. She has lined out to left and reached on an error. So officially 0 for 2. Facing Olivia Fox, who's gone the distance here tonight.
And has been impressive, Glenn.
Yes, she has. First pitch down low in the dirt. So a 1-0 count on Richardson. She'll be followed scheduled batters, Russell and then Aerosmith.
Again, nice for us to get a peek into the future of Smyrna pitching.
That one's down, bounces up there.
Good job by Weisenberger behind the plate to keep that in front of her. And we've got Smyrna's coach out just to check on her catcher. Make sure she's okay.
Yep. Also just gives a little breather to Fox, trying to collect herself after missing out of the zone 2 straight pitches here. For Smyrna to have, I would think, any opportunity to try to win this, they can't allow any more runs. Runs have been scarce in this game.
Agreed.
And she misses down low again. So 3 straight balls to Richardson. There's a 3-0. That's in for a called strike. Fox on the rubber. She has the call from the dugout. Here's the 3-1. And she missed way high. Or as my hero Bob Euchre would say, just a little bit high.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
Another walk. She has issued some walks, but for the most part, though, she really have kept these batters off balance tonight. Here's Russell, who's 0 for 2, put the ball in play twice, popped out to third, and also out to center.
5 walks on the night. 2 of them have scored.
Called strike to start Russell out. Yeah, you're right. Both batters that, or 2 of the batters that walked scored, and those are the runs.
You can see second baseman Lily Dixon with her hand behind her back here, too. She's signaling to the outfield whatever pitch is being called. That helps the outfield.
Bunt goes foul, so Russell in the hole 0-2. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll have a quick interview with our player of the game before we get out of here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball. Picked up by third. Now she couldn't handle it. Throw over to first, not in time. So it's first and second now with nobody out. That brings up Aerosmith, who singled, has an RBI, and grounded out.
And surprising to see Ridgway struggle with that, as she's been so sure-handed this evening over there at third. But struggles to get a handle on that. And Caravel quickly has 2 base runners.
Yeah, and here's the pitcher.
Richardson
Kaylee
on second.
Aerosmith. Showing bunt. Offered and missed it.
I was going to say Richardson on second. You know, that's a great leadoff runner to have. So smart on the base paths.
Be looking for bunt again here. Nope. But the ball gets past the catcher, so the runners will move up anyhow. Second and third now with nobody out. And a ball and a strike on Aerosmith. Smyrna's outfielders playing fairly deep. And there's why. Deep shot. Left field. Nice catch. Run down by the left fielder. The runner at third tagged and scored. And it's 3-0. But what a catch out there by Casey Lloyd. Another RBI for Aerosmith. That's 2 for her.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Abby Russell still stands at second base. She took off and could not tag up.
So one away, that brings up the designated player Daniels. Ava Daniels tonight has flied out and grounded out. Off-speed pitch missed. Penand is on deck. Caravel leading now 3-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Oh, there's a shot into gap in left center field. That'll score the other run. And there's an RBI single by Ava Daniels to make it 4-0.
And that has been what we've seen from Daniels all season long, Glenn. When she gets up and she's got runners ahead of her, she just flips a switch and she is able to figure out how to put the ball in play to score runs. And that's why she's in the DP slot as a freshman. And that's going to bring Smyrna's coach out to her freshman pitcher.
Yep, she's going to bring Dennis in relief here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And then we're going to swap runners. So Ava Daniels, the DP, is going to have Belle Mendez. They are in the flex DP position tonight, so it's interchangeable. So Mendez will come in and run after Daniels gets the RBI single. And that's going to be a night for Olivia Fox. But what a great performance by Fox in the circle. And it looks like Dennis is going to first base and Lindsay Roscoe is going in the circle.
Smyrna fans out here in the outfield, sitting out here, giving a really good hand to Olivia Fox when she went off.
So Smyrna will use the DP flex rule and go from 10 down to 9. As Dennis comes in, Fox will go out. They'll drop to 9 in the lineup, and then it will just be a defensive switch between Dennis going to first and Roscoe going in the circle.
She's got her warm-up pitches in, so she's going to inherit a runner at first with just one out here in the bottom of the 6th. Katie Panan, the scheduled batter. And the announcement now made to the crowd here. Katie Panan at bat. And Roscoe ready to deliver the first pitch to Panan. Down low, missed, bounced around, but catcher making a nice stop there. Weisenberger holding that runner to first.
One out here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 runs have scored. Mendez now in to run for Daniels, who had the last hit before the pitching change. But great night for Olivia Fox. Can't say enough about the job she did for the Eagles here tonight and keeping this Caravel team off balance in the box.
There goes the runner. Throw down. She's in there safe. Stolen base for Mendez and a 2-1 count on Panan. So another runner in scoring position for Caravel with just the one out here in the bottom of the 6th. Fly ball, foul, headed for the Smyrna team bus.
Somebody should have informed their bus driver not to park there.
2-2 count.
Goodness.
Roscoe ready. Just missed outside. The count runs full. Smyrna will have Paxton, Dixon, Ridgway, and Lloyd scheduled to bat in the top of the 7th.
Payoff pitch here.
Ground ball, foul. Was a 2-0 game until this inning, and now Caravel has doubled up their score. Roscoe checks the wristband for the pitch call. Called, 3rd strike. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Kenzie Hunter. 0 for 2 tonight. Roscoe ready. Off-speed pitch, and she protected herself. Just a check swing and fouled it off. Hunter in the hole, 0-1.
Bill Mendez still stands at second base.
Once again, the final regular season game for these two.
And they'll await tournament committee seating on Sunday. I would imagine they'll both get bids in.
Well, Caravel, assuredly. No doubt there, right?
Can't see how they wouldn't.
No, but I think I agree with you. I think Smyrna gets in too. 0-2 count on the batter. Roscoe trying to end the inning. Missed down low, throw down to 3rd, and she's out, and that will end the 6th inning. But Caravel gets 2 more runs. They now lead 4-0. Smyrna's last chance coming up right after this.
Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Cassidy Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life.
Final chance for the Smyrna Eagles, down 4-0 here at the top of the 7th inning, and leading off scheduled is Paxton Dixon, who has a single and 2 at-bats.
One of the only 2 hits for Smyrna. She's the one that kind of broke it open for them with the first hit of the game for the Eagles back in the 4th.
Was stranded at second base. And it is indeed Paxton Dixon, the sophomore. 1 for 2 tonight. Looking to get something started here in the top of the 7th. Takes a called strike. There's a foul, and that's out of play. So Paxton in the hole now, 0-2. You know, I could say that waiting in the wings back in the studio are Pat and Christopher with our post-game show. But they're not. Yeah.
Yeah. Stand by for that.
Yeah. As they look at each other with a puzzled look. Another foul back into the netting. Aerosmith ahead 0-2. Called, third strikeout, number 1. And that'll bring up Ridgeway.
That's 8 for Kaylee tonight. And again, against the top 10 teams, Aerosmith has struck out 13 and 7 and 8. And she continues to do that tonight against another top 10 team.
Yeah, good numbers.
It's been impressive.
Ridgeway has a walk and 2 at-bats. She's 0 for 1, and she takes a called strike. Casey Lloyd is on deck. That missed. The ball and a strike to Ridgeway. Ridgeway walked her first at-bat in the 2nd inning, was stranded at second base.
And all but one mistake at third base. She's played a great defensive game at third base tonight for Smyrna.
She has. I think we said earlier that both teams have played really fine defense tonight. I think we've only had 2 fielding errors the whole ball game.
Yes.
There's a called third strike, 2 outs. Smyrna down to their final out.
9 strikeouts tonight for Aerosmith.
And here's Lloyd, who walked and struck out. She's 0 for 1. Trying to keep things alive for Smyrna. And Aerosmith trying to end it right here. First pitch is a ball. Don't forget, we'll take a break and then have our player of the game, which right now appears to be that girl in the circle, Casey Aerosmith.
Kaylee.
Pop up. Kaylee. Just over the net and into the stands.
Yeah, she's got 2 RBIs on the night.
Mm-hmm. She's done at the plate and in the circle.
9 strikeouts.
There's a strike.
Walked 3. Given up just 2 hits.
She might strike out the side here. in the
We'll
7th.
see.
She has 2 and a 1-2 count here. And there it is. She struck out the side to end the ball game. So the final score here is 4-0 in favor of the Caravel Buccaneers. They improved to 17-1. Smyrna falls to 10-7. But again, we expect to see both of these teams in the upcoming state tournament, which will start next week. All right, we're going to step aside, and we will get our player interview with Aerosmith after these messages.
The owner of Paint Doctor started it all in 2002. Paint Doctor prides itself on its personal yet professional approach to working with customers and holds itself to the highest standards with all projects. The Paint Doctor staff follows one main objective when performing our services. Customers and their homes are treated with the utmost respect. Our workmanship and quality of personnel is demanded at every step of the project. We treat your home as we would expect someone to treat ours. Preparation before painting is paramount. Just open the door and we will handle the rest. Paint Doctor also believes in a strong community involvement as well by supporting several local sporting teams, leagues, and schools. Paint Doctor services include interior and exterior painting as well as carpentry. Please visit our website at paintdoctorpainting.com for information or coupons to help with your next job. Paint Doctor.
He did not want to do active duty because he wants to do college first. I think that was the biggest thing for him, instead of waiting and then doing college after.
One of the differences I noticed when he came back from basic training, he was more organized in how he's going about things a little bit. I know he commented that a lot of things his classmates would do that it didn't bother him before, but now he realizes, because he's been outside of high school, I think maybe he's a little more responsible.
He's thinking about his future a lot more. He talks about it and the different possibilities. And he mentioned the ROTC program as well. And he said, I could graduate as an officer. And so I was kind of excited when he mentioned that he could do that as well.
I would just tell people, if their son or daughter was considering the National Guard, that I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's something that can really help somebody grow. And at the same time, you're serving your country, which is a great thing too. So I think it's a good opportunity.
All right, we're back here at post-game interview. Shannon Timmons, Pat Garrianis, Christopher Widener. I'm Glenn Frazier, and we are joined by the pitcher who had a night in the circle in the final regular season game in her sophomore season. Looking forward to the playoffs, I'm sure. Kaylee Aerosmith. And Kaylee, 10 strikeouts tonight. Tell me, what was working for you in the circle?
So my curve was really working well, and I got the changeup a couple of times. I couldn't get the inside as good, but I was mainly pushing outside.
You had a few 3-ball counts tonight and a couple of walks. You don't usually give up too many pass balls. I know you're not happy with that. So
yeah.
How did you correct that as the game went on? Because you struck out the side in the 7th.
Yeah, I just started to focus more and make sure I hit my pitches and not get in my head or anything.
At the plate, 2 of the 4 runs knocked in by you. Tell me about your plate appearances. Let's start with the first run that you knocked in.
Yeah, so I was just looking for my pitch and making sure I took the ball wherever it was pitched, and just to get the extra cushioning for me and my team.
Now, this is not a serious question, but you tried to take the extra base and you got thrown out. So tell me, the coaches didn't get on you for that?
No, they didn't, because Coach Tom sent me at first.
Okay. Hey, listen, best of luck to you in the upcoming state tournament. I know you'll be anxious to see Sunday when the bracket comes out what it looks like on your side of it. But, again, congratulations for being our Delaware Army National Guard player of the game.
Thank you.
And good luck in the upcoming state tournament.
Thank you.
All right, there she is, our player of the game, Kaylee Aerosmith. We got a picture of her, put it on the website. She's got to give the bling bling back. Everybody wants to take it with them. Okay, and there she goes. All right, so once again, the final score. We want to thank both coaches and their staffs, Nina Marcano and Tony Peterson of Caravel. They do a great job, and so does Athletic Director Craig Bailey here. We want to thank him and his staff for helping us get everything set up. So for the crew, Christopher Widener on camera, Pat Garrianis, good having you back, the singer-dancer extraordinaire. For my broadcast partner, Shannon Timmons, I'm Glenn Frazier. Once again, the final score, Caravel 4, Smyrna nothing. Have a great night.